and you take a leader. You create a situation. Child says, you give me. Okay? A situation, you show a product. Child says, you give me. The teenager will say, don't disturb me, I can do myself, don't disturb me. Most of you in that class. Third one, grown up. He will say, let us work together. Whereas the leadership fellow, leading quality fellow, say what I can give. Child said, you give. The leader said, what I can give. Do you follow? So all of you, you take a vow today. Today you take a vow, today evening. Repeat with me, what I can give. What I can give. What I can give. What is the opposite of it? What is the opposite of it? What can I? They are all the trouble we are going through because of what can I take. Corruption starts, what can I take? My friend Bibek, he has written a book, DNA, RNA of Corruption in India. He has written a book. Say a few words, sir.
I'm not going to say anything about the book. I am going to ask you about this book. So far, whatever we have talked about has mostly been about India. This book is not only about India, it is about the world and Dr. Abdul Kalam's vision for development throughout the world. Many of the ideas we have already talked about, but I specifically want to talk to you, ask you about something which has not figured so far in the conversation, that is about the community-driven initiatives, which you have described in this book. And also maybe add to that, this book, in addition to what you have said, also has ideas on what your suggestion is for the 21st century model of development that we should be looking towards. So these two, the community-driven initiatives and the 21st century phase of development.
Oh, friends, the 21st century, I will take it up fast. The 21st century, see, we have, today, you would have seen weather or climate, I will call it climate, or warming of a planet Earth. It's not because of one single nation. It's a multiple nation, problem of multiple nations. Somewhere starts one disease. Disease won't start. Immediately throughout the world because we are connected. So, I have a feeling that it's essential, the nations have to join together. I have recommended what is called World Knowledge Platform. World Knowledge Platform. The idea is, you take SAARC nations, SAARC nation, there are 8 countries are there. Bangladesh has got some core competence in certain type of area. Fishing. Similarly, we have got core competition fishing. Imagine both of them join together, and the value addition to the fishing product, farmer will benefit, India will benefit. And there is an industry, fiber industry. Both nations are very good, they are doing very well. But they should share big factories, production they should start, or plastics, they must anti-plastic, all the fiber-based products should come throughout the world from Bangladesh and India join together. So such is the community help, each nation should do it. And 21st century definitely going to be, we have to depend on one country's wealth, another country's knowledge. Today you take Singapore, you take Japan, they don't have a lot of resources like many other nations. But they get resources from various nations, but they use knowledge, knowledge center. That's why knowledge society. Future, emerging as a knowledge society, world knowledge platform. I am saying nation should join together, work together, then only we can do the solar power from the space, and we can't, each nation cannot do that. It's a huge program. And similarly, a disease, countering a disease, a contagious disease, definitely we have to join together many nations and counter the diseases. So friends, with this, I will say you may ask some questions. Yes. Yes, fellow, go ahead. Eh? You fellow, you asked when I am 23. Eh? What I will do? Fantastic question. Fantastic question. 23, when I was a 23 fellow, I had a dream that I will become a pilot. Okay? I will become a pilot. So I studied aeronautical engineering. I went to Air Force for pilot. Okay? They did not select me. Okay? Out of 10 fellows, I was the 10th fellow, a selected fellow. 9 seats only they had. I lost it. Okay? But when I became the president, I became the supreme commander. Okay? Then I told the chief of the air staff, I want to learn flying. He said, I am going to give you training. He trained me for 6 months. Then I flew Su-30. Message is, dream, repeat with me, dream, transforms into thoughts, result into action. What about that? Lost people, yes.
Short question.
I want to ask a question. For last 12 years, I have written one of your quotations in every single letter, and that is, to have a low ambition is a crime against your country. That's what you said. So I share your 2020 vision, but I want to ask a question. The level of corruption that is in India, do you believe that we will be able to achieve that vision, or will the corruption have to go?
Well, you don't need to wait till corruption goes, okay? But one thing I want to tell you, that definitely there's a big movement when you have a great vision for the nation, okay? So that's why I'm advocating to the leaders of my country, go to parliament, talk about India 2020 in 5 years, enter into development process, economic development process. More enter, all the devilish forces will reduce. Devilish forces, the RNA, DNA of corruption, actually correct person to answer himself, not me.
But I have a question. If you ask people here what is the single most important problem, most people would probably say corruption. The question I have for you is, why in your books do you rarely write about corruption or law and order?
Well, corruption and law and order, both fellows is in our hand, okay? In our hand means, if you have got a good officer, everywhere you start deploying great human beings, great human, who are the great human beings? Person who have a righteous heart. Righteous heart, there's a beauty in the character. So select righteous heart fellows. Put in the top position, okay? Put in the top position, you will find a big change, okay? Big change. Righteous heart people, okay.
We are nearing the end. This book, which all the young people must have read, and his other books also, often ends with a kind of message. This too has "To My Countrymen," song of youth, lot of young people here. So what is the last message, the last thought you would like to leave with this audience?
Well, friends, what message I can give you? You should have a feeling. I want to say, I will fly, okay? I will fly. And that you have, I will fly, I will fly. I am going to recite a poem, okay? You want to hear that poem? I will fly. What name of the poem? I will fly, okay? So, the poem written long time back, 13th century, Jalaluddin Rumi, he wrote that he didn't say I will fly. For him it's a poem, poem. That poem is a beautiful poem. I am going to recite. My fellow is in the computer. He will get it. Meanwhile, short question.
Meanwhile, why don't you tell them about the parrot and the peacock on the tree?
Well, I have a tree in my home, okay? In a tree, it's called Arjuna Tree. Have you heard about it? Arjuna Tree, 107 years. My tree, I am living in a house, 10 Rajaji Mark, 107 years old tree. That tree, every day I go for a morning walk 1 hour, okay? Then I go near the tree. That tree, sometime I used to ask the tree, "Oi, what is the purpose you lived 107 years? What is the purpose?" The tree told me one day, "Oh, your father lived 103 years. Your mother lived 90 years. So we all live." But I want to tell you, tree told me, I have written a poem. The name of the poem, The Great Tree in My Home. Great tree in my home. There, finally, when I asked the tree, "What is the purpose of your life?" Now you question Kalam. The tree says, Arjuna Tree says, "Now you question Kalam. What is my mission?" I asked the tree, "Tell me, what's your mission?" I will ask you also, each one of you, what is the mission? And mission of 100 years of my life. You said, what is the mission of 100 years of my life? My mission, the tree says, remember what I am saying, my poem, my mission, I enjoy giving what all I have. I share flower, I share honey, and give abode for hundreds of birds, and I give and give. So I remain young and happy always. So got it? I will. Repeat with me, I will. Fly and fly. I am born. I am born with potential. I am born with goodness. Good and trust. I am born with ideas and dreams. I am born with greatness. I am born with confidence. I am not meant for crawling. I have wings. I will fly. I will fly. I will fly.
After that, I don't think we should prolong it anymore. I have had often very, very difficult tasks as a moderator. This has not only been an honor, this has been the easiest task of a moderator I have ever confronted in my life. Thanks to Dr. Abdul Kalam. So my personal thanks, and are the organizers going to thank him formally? Is there any formal thanks on the part of the organizers? Read the books, nothing after that.
I tell you, my mail, no doubt, my mail, no, you note down my mail, apj@abdulkalam.com. Send a mail, apj@abdulkalam.com. You get autograph, photograph, answer to your question.
Let's hear it for APJ Abdul Kalam. Our thanks also go to Bibek Debroy for interviewing and to ZEE Entertainment for presenting the session.
See the crowd. Yeah, come.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a rock star in our midst. So I will get out of the way. What we propose to do is, because this is a literary festival, I've got 4 of Dr. Kalam's books here with me. I'm sure most of you have read, reread not only these 4 but others also. And what we propose to do is, we are here to listen to him. What we propose to do is actually go down these books thematically. The first one is Targeting 3 Billion, which is about poverty in the world. That will be the first segment.
2 others, myself and that fellow.
Yes.
Srijan.
Yes.
Srijan, that fellow.
Then this one, the Vision 2020, which is about India. Beyond 2020, which is an expansion of that vision. And finally, which is why he is a rock star, not just this Ignited Minds, but the other one also. So Dr. Kalam, it's all yours. Let's not debate what is obvious, the existence of poverty, however we choose to measure it in the world. What are your solutions?
Well, Bibek Roy, I have read about 10 volumes on Mahabharata you have written. You know, Bibek has written 10 volumes of translation of Mahabharata. Okay? And also, he has written a book, DNA, RNA of Corruption. Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita discusses what is righteousness in the life. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. That's what Mahabharata says, Bhagavad Gita says. But his fantastic book, another book, Corruption, a DNA, RNA of corruption. What a match. One side, righteousness in the heart. Where there is a righteousness in the heart, there is a beauty in the character. Repeat with me. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. Order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Friends, my friend Bibek, yes, I don't know whether you people are aware, 90,000 slokas 10 volumes of Mahabharata. From Sanskrit, he has translated in English. There is one character which I love in Mahabharata. One character. Any one of you can guess? Arjun? No, no. Dharma? No. 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 Vidur. Vidur is man of righteousness. He is not afraid of the, what I can say, authority. What is right only he will talk. Say something about Vidur, sir.
No, no, no. They're not here to listen to me. They're here to listen to you.
Now, I want to tell you, I am very happy in the company of Bibek, okay? And this company, he is an economist and also great writer. Writer on classics, India's classic like Mahabharata, Ramayana, and many. So friends, now it is your opportunity. All of you, so many of you have come. Morning also, I met number of you. How many were there in the morning? Ah, you guys, again you have come back. Okay. Big crowd morning. So, friends, I have a feeling we need a nation of prosperity and nation of a great character, value system. Every citizen should be a great citizen. That means a billion Indians, they make India. What do you say? What do you say? Will you? Will you become great citizens? So I have written a book. That book, Manifesto for Change. It is not there. Manifesto for Change. There I am talking what are the Panchayat members in a village, what their responsibility. After Panchayat, we are coming to the legislative assembly, what the members' responsibility. Then Parliament. So I have connected from Panchayat, that is village, to the assembly of states and to Parliament. So friends, what we need today, you are all citizens. Every citizen you should know, when you are selecting for Panchayat or Assembly or Lok Sabha, you must say that this man, this woman has done the following work, that's why I vote. That means you are going to select a person of a performer. Will you? Will you? Will you select the performer? So now friends, I have written a book, what my friend showed you, India 2020, and also a next additional book, Beyond 2020. Now the essence of it, we need India of billion people, should be economically developed. What do you say?
So why don't you tell us what is your vision of India being a developed country? What do you understand by India being a developed country and how do we get there?
Yeah, it's a good question he has posed. Friends, it's like this. What I visualize in next 5 years, that is by the year 2020, I want to see 2020, you have to have the economically developed nation. We have 300 million people below poverty line. That means in 5 years' time, we have to lift them up. That means we have to generate the employment potential. Okay? Employment potential. That's why I have proposed a visionary thought, that is what is called Pura. Pura means providing urban amenities in the rural area. We have in our country 600,000 villages. How many villages? 600,000 villages, where 70% of our people live there. 700 million people live there. How do you bring prosperity to our village people? That is, you have to give them physical connectivity. You have to give them electronic connectivity. You have to give them knowledge. You have to give them knowledge connectivity. You give physical, electronic, knowledge connectivity so that economic connectivity and the employment generation will come. What do you say?
Absolutely. All of your books have this quality of optimism, inspiration. You talk about various successful examples where there have been successes in India. So why don't you tell us a little bit about those also?
Well,
What makes you so optimistic about India?
well, I have a teacher, okay? That teacher's name is Professor Satish Dhawan. And also he was my boss, okay? He was the chairman Indian Space Research Organization. He gave me a program. He said, Kalam, I am going to give you a program, whatever money you ask, whatever strength, people you want, human power, whatever authority you want, I will get it sanctioned by the cabinet. But you should give me in 7 years' time a rocket system that will put a satellite in the orbit. That's the job he has given me. I found it's a big job for me because there are a lot of people in my establishment senior to me with a lot of experience, high qualification. Can I do? Can I do? Can I do? I had a doubt. Then Professor Satish Dhawan gave me an advice. All of you going to repeat the advice. He said, dear friend, he said, any work you do, repeat with me, there will be always some problems come crop up. But problem should not be your captain. You should become the captain of the problem and defeat the problem and succeed.
Since you have now mentioned Satish Dhawan, what are your thoughts on the role that information technology, science and technology, R&D, those kinds of things, what kind of role can those have to play in India's development, in getting to that developed country status?
I have a feeling in India, we are doing some area very well, okay? You should recognize that. You cannot be pessimist on everything, okay? We are doing IT, good, okay, good, IT area. Pharmacy we are doing good, pharmacy we are doing good. And small scale industries are not better, much better we can do. And of course, we are doing very well in the agriculture. Our farmers really doing very well in spite of a constraint. Instead of the constraint, they produce 250 million tons of food. But we have to help the farmers. At no time, farmers should suffer. Because if farmers vanishes, we are in trouble. India is in trouble. Do you follow? Farmers is the core of the nation. 250 million tons of the food they generate, that's very important. So that area, agriculture, I very important, agriculture area, farmers are doing, but we have to do something. As a government, we have to do something to help them. That means value addition of the grain, value addition of vegetable, value addition of product, the material they make, and so that farmers can be enriched.
Okay, which leads me to two questions. Let me ask the first one. You talked about Pura, you talked about connectivity, and much of that is about infrastructure. So, and that's also important for the farmer. What are your thoughts about infrastructure?
Infrastructure.
Building
See,
infrastructure.
infrastructure, friends, I visualize two things, okay? When you go out of this place, you are going to carry the two things, okay? What are the two things? Now, I ask you one small question. Will you answer? When you see this light, whom do you remember? This light and bulb, whom do you remember? Thomas? Thomas Alva? Oh, very good. When the telephone bell rings, whom do you remember? When Thomas Alva Edison invented using the electricity with Faraday discovered, and he got the light, he said, I am going to electrify the whole of New York. He electrified the whole world. This Alexander Graham Bell did not discover the telephone. He wanted a device because he cannot communicate his wife. He cannot communicate his mother. He wanted a media. It has become a telephone. Now you have got a mobile telephone, okay? Now, friends, I want to tell you what we need. This light, what you are seeing here, electricity, 75% is coming out of fossil fuel. Remember? Coal and gas, all of them generate CO2, carbon dioxide, and our atmosphere is a big question mark. Okay, sir? So, I am advocating clean energy. In a day, 8 hours solar power, particularly Rajasthan, you are all there. I know, I love Rajasthan. Why? Huh? Huh? Solar and 97, I was here, 97, in Pokhran. I was there, months and months I was there. 53 degrees centigrade I have seen in Pokhran, daytime. Night time it will be 60 degrees, very pleasant. India became a nuclear weapon state, I was a witness to that, okay? Understood? That's how I love Rajasthan. Okay, now number one, solar powered houses, 200 million houses, solar power. 200 million houses, why? Every house has got 5 people, father, mother, 2 daughters, 1 son, or 2 sons and 1 daughter, average. Now 200 million houses, imagine, go solar power. My home in Rameshwaram is solar power. Okay, the whole 200 million house solar powered. It's a beautiful India, happy India, clean India possible. Okay, so number one, you should go for the solar power. Of course, another 15 years, 20 years time, we are all working, international group is working, how to bring the solar power. 8 hours only you get in a day here, earth, because sun rises, sun sets, right? But 24 hours you will get sunlight. That is geosynchronous orbit, 30,000 kilometers from earth. So there is a big program, many nations are having, international program, how to make a solar power satellite. A big satellite, solar power satellite, 24 hours you will get the power. Technologically possible, how to bring that solar power from a geosynchronous orbit to the earth is a big question mark, okay? We are all working on that. So friends, solar power. All your houses, you should ask your father, mother, ensure you will become solar powered house, okay? Rajasthan, highly suitable. Will you do? If you don't do, I'll catch you. Okay? The second one, you have got a Rajasthan canal, you have got a canal. Before the canal, how it was there, Rajasthan, after the canal, how it is there. So, you should see one single canal, is orange orchards have come all the sides of the canal. Orange orchards, okay? this state, Rajasthan state. So I am advocating what is called smart waterway. That is all the rivers, all the rivers, all the lakes, all the water bodies are interconnected. Finally, the smart waterway for navigation of heavy material and shipping movement, all is possible. That is what one dream I have, smart waterway, okay? So friend, my friend asked, Bibek asked, infrastructure, what you guys are thinking? Number one, solar power houses and microgrid. That means for 50 houses, 100 houses, you can have a microgrid, no loss in the power. Second one, of course, smart waterway. This is the solution.
You've written quite a bit about sustainable development, and what you've just said leads neatly into sustainable development. And sustainable development and protecting the environment isn't only about energy, because after all there are industries that you have written about, like chemical industries, mineral industries, all of those also have environmental costs. So can you expand a little bit more on your thoughts of protecting the environment, looking beyond energy and solar power?
You see, I have a feeling all chemical industry, particularly inorganic, organic, there are two types of chemical industry, and we have to have a process. See, we started waste, municipal waste. How do you make the municipal waste? There are big hillocks are there, municipal waste hillocks every place, isn't it? Big hillocks, every city, town and villages. Municipal waste, that municipal waste can be converted as a fuel disk, and that can generate power. Now the question is, when it's being power generated, they started in Andhra Pradesh, 2 plants they started using the municipal waste, 7 megawatt power, but environment people entered there, they said you are letting the gas, that gas may damage the environment. So what we need is we have to process all what we leave at the effluent, and also the gases we leave in the chemical industry, we have to process and leave it. There is always a technological method is there that should be done, okay? Now audience, you have questions? Yes. You ask the chairman. He has to give you permission.
No. You have to give the permission, but you need a mic.
Shout, man. Well, he has got all the power. Hello, I want to tell you. I found as a president, sit down, I tell you. Sit down, I tell you. He has all the power, because if you see the constitution, I have read the complete constitution. First 6 months I finished the constitution, okay, when I joined. I found that guy, president guy has empowered, okay. For example, I can go anywhere, any one of the villages and talk about that you must have a vision and clean up all the water bodies, okay. All the water bodies you clean up, connect all water bodies. Definitely president can give a suggestion to the government and suggest to the people and give the vision. I gave the vision India 2020 vision when I was the president in the parliament, okay. 10 times I addressed. 15 assemblies I addressed India 2020 vision and Pura. So present fellow can do the job, okay. Next question. Yes, okay, sir.
You mentioned Edison, so let me draw you out about your thoughts on entrepreneurship. How do we create entrepreneurship in the country?
See, entrepreneurship is a very good question, Vivek, a fantastic question. You see, entrepreneurs, they are not a new crop, okay. The problem today, I visualize, can I talk about my visualization?
That's the reason we are here.
Okay. My visualization of education is, there are 2 types of education. Secondary education, 10 plus 1, 10 plus 2, okay. secondary education up to 10 plus 2, and then college education. Now, I am pushing an idea. The idea is 9th class, 10th class, 11th class, 12th class, you reduce the 25% of syllabus. You reduce the 25% of regular syllabus and then introduce professional courses, skill training. So, when the student comes out of the school, high school, he comes with 2 certificates. One is that he is qualified 10 plus 2. Another certificate, he has got a skill certificate. Imagine. Okay? He is employable. Same thing for colleges. There also, he studies 4 years graduation. I am saying you reduce 1 year, make it 3-year course. 1 year give them expertise course, expertise. So you will come with a degree and the diploma of expertise. Okay? You have a question. Yes, get up. I shout.
Let us speak, I'll repeat it.
So when you talk about the a very good evening to you, sir. A very good evening to you, sir. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you. Shall I talk to you in Tamil? Tamil I will talk.
What?
Tamil, my mother tongue Tamil.
I
Pesunga.
can talk in Sanskrit.
Okay, what is the question?
When you talk about skill development programs, so now when we see there's so much of capitalization over everything, though we have institutions of skill development, national, we have institutional support, but with so much of constraint with the government, with the present majoritarian government, it's very difficult for the MSMEs, the small scale industry, for children like us to give, a vision to our dreams. There are a lot of constraints.
Is the question about a vision for MSME?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on medium and small enterprise? Medium and small enterprise.
Media.
Small enterprise.
Small enterprises, I believe, is very important. See, I suggest when the colleges and schools, they must give the training. How you become 3-4 guys should join. When they come out, bank should help them. That is, the bankers should help them, investment, so that the small industries, millions will come out. So I visualize, that's why I am saying skill, you impart the skill in the secondary education, expertise in the higher education, they become employable with the capacity that I will become an entrepreneur. Instead of job seekers, employment seekers, now 10 plus 2, 7 million people are coming every year. That means they are employment seekers, most of them. We need employment generators. If you become an entrepreneur, you become an employment generator. It is possible, okay?
You've talked about entrepreneurship, we've talked about physical infrastructure, you've talked about education skills. Let me now ask you about your suggestions for improving health outcomes.
Now friends, health very important. Health is very important. But one thing I want to tell you, it starts from, for example, my brother in Rameshwaram is 98. In January he became 98. 98 years. Now, he told me, he gave me advice because I am a irregular eating. That is, I don't follow the right time, breakfast, lunch, dinner. He called me on his 90, January he became 98. I went to see him. My brother advised me, you fellow, you are 83 fellow. 83, I am 83. You are a 83 fellow. You want to compete with me 98. You have to follow 3 things. Number 1, walk. He did in his in his younger age, we had a lot of coconut trees. So he used to walk minimum 10 kilometers every day, walk. Second one, eat at regular time. He eats even now 8 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock lunch, and then dinner 8:30, and sleep 9 o'clock, okay? But I can't afford to do that. But I want to tell you, all of you, regular eating and regular exercise and a good feeling. What is a good feeling? I tell you what's a good feeling. You know, you take a child, can I explain? You take a child, you take a teenager, you take an adult,